everyone. My name is Tsui. I am a fourth-year medical student at SUNY Downstate College of Medicine.
I'm Carroll. I'm a second-year medical student at Creighton University School of Medicine in Omaha. Before we begin, we wanted to give a quick shout-out to Meissner, who's also a Creighton University medical student. She unfortunately couldn't be here today. She was originally supposed to give the talk, but she's actually now in Tampa receiving the Paul McLean Research Award. But she was the one who originally came up with this idea, and also did a lot of the work spearheading it, so we really wanted to make sure she got some credit for that. Today we're going to be talking about the anti-vaccination movement, specifically the role of the internet and social media in helping anti-vaccination information spread, and what the AMA and social media companies can do to try and help stop that. That's what I've got right in. So just a quick background on where the anti-vaccination movement is kind of at right now. From 2000 to 2015, the rate of unvaccinated children actually quadrupled. During that entire period as well, it's been pretty well known that a lot of anti-vaccination misinformation is spread through the internet. Back in 2005, a study found that parents who decided not to vaccinate their children were much more likely to have gotten their information from the internet than parents who did vaccinate their children. And that same kind of theme has been also validated in other studies since then. And it's also been shown in an experimental study designed recently that parents, based on the results they get when they look up information on search engines, that does influence their views on the benefits and cons of vaccinations. More recently, there's an article in the Daily Beast published just this past February that looked at advertisements on Facebook. There have been about 150 advertisements that were anti-vaccination that had been up for a few months, and they were targeted at women over the age of 25 who were interested in pregnancy. In total, they were viewed 1.6 million times before they were brought down. And then an article that was published in the journal Vaccine just a few months ago, the authors looked at the top 150 videos on YouTube when they searched for the words flu vaccine and measles shot. And they classified each video as being either pro or anti-vaccination, and they found that the anti-vaccinations tended to receive a lot more likes than the pro-vaccination videos. So this just kind of some example of how the role that social media has had in promoting anti-vaccination views.
As a result of all of this, vaccine hesitancy has been identified by the World Health Organization as one of the top 10 threats to global health in 2019. On March 13th of this year, our American Medical Association addressed the issue of vaccine hesitancy by composing a letter to 6 major technology companies: Facebook, Amazon, Pinterest, Google, YouTube, and Twitter. In our letter, we urged these 6 companies to ensure that their users have access to scientifically valid information about vaccinations and to publicize their specific efforts to ensure this access so that our patients can make informed decisions about their family's health. So now we would like to highlight some of the responses and actions taken by these 6 companies that we addressed in our letter. In March 2019, Facebook released an extensive blog post delineating the steps they are taking to combat anti-vaccination. First of all, they are reducing the ranking of groups and pages that spread vaccine misinformation and excluding them from search engine results, recommendations, Instagram Explorer, and hashtag pages. Additionally, they are rejecting advertisements that spread vaccine misinformation and removing ad targeting options related to anti-vaccination. Furthermore, they are removing access to fundraising tools for pages that spread vaccine misinformation. And finally, they are exploring ways to share educational resources for when their users do encounter misinformation about vaccinations. Moving on to Amazon, while they have not released an official statement regarding their stance on vaccine hesitancy, Amazon has already begun to remove books from their catalog about topics such as autism cures, as well as videos such as anti-vaccination documentaries from their Amazon Prime video streaming service. Earlier this year, Pinterest responded to requests and letters with this official statement that they are blocking anti-vaccination results in their search engine as a temporary solution to prevent their users from encountering harmful misinformation. And here's an example of what happens now when you search for the terms vaccines on Pinterest. YouTube, which is one of the largest subsidiaries of Google, used to be prime territory for the spread of vaccine misinformation. However, earlier this year, Google announced that they will be demonetizing all anti-vaccination videos and YouTube channels. In a statement by a YouTube spokeswoman, they stated that videos promoting anti-vaccination are a violation of their policies, and when they find videos about anti-vaccination, they promptly remove advertisements and demonetize them. Out of the 6 companies that our AMA addressed in our letter, Twitter has taken the least action in curbing the spread of vaccine misinformation. A few months ago, the New York Times reported that Twitter had no specific policy to stem the spread of misinformation about vaccines. And a Twitter spokesman stated that Twitter as a company should not serve as the arbiter of truth regarding the anti-vaccination movement. Now, a few weeks ago, Twitter did announce that they are working on new tools, such as linking users to vaccines.org when users search for vaccines as a search term. However, as of today, Twitter still serves as a very public and open forum for the anti-vaccination movement. So while we focused our talk on the 6 companies that our AMA addressed in our letter, we also wanted to show the logos of many other companies that are working to combat anti-vaccination.
So in this last part, we wanted to talk about some ideas we had going forward of what the AMA could work on to continue to help stop the spread of anti-vaccination misinformation. The 3 main things we were thinking of is, first of all, podcasts haven't really been addressed in AMA policy as far as we know, and there are a few different podcasts that do continue to spread this kind of misinformation the same way that you saw in things like Facebook and YouTube. So it might be worth starting to reach out to those and trying to find ways to help stop that. We're also thinking about approaching different search engine companies like Bing and Google, asking them to tweak their algorithms so that when people search for anti-vaccination information, those results will be hidden and it won't show up. And then the last idea we kind of had was that maybe there could be some sort of verify button, like maybe a little stethoscope or something that would be seen next to links that are posted on social media. So if the article has been verified or approved by some sort of healthcare professional, then you could have that to give it kind of that added authenticity, and then anything lacking that would hopefully signal to people that it's not as trustworthy of an article. And then we're interested in any other ideas people have, if anyone wants to share them with us after the talk or anything like that. It's a big issue, as we all know. So please don't hesitate to come talk to us. So that's pretty much it. We wanted to give a quick thank you to. There were a lot of people who were involved in this from several different schools, Creighton, Neomed, and Downstate, numerous people. So just thank you to everybody. That's it.